Hello and welcome to the Lead Her podcast. I hope you're having an amazing day. Today I want to share a little thing that I do with our members to help them build more confidence, and I'm going to share that with you very soon. But firstly, I want to really point out that we are halfway through this year already. We are officially in July, and just before I came on to record this podcast, I just took a little 5-10 minutes just to review my year so far, because I'll put my hands up and say I am very guilty of never feeling like I'm doing enough, to feel like I'm not moving forward, to feel like I'm not achieving anything, and I really beat myself up, and I can start to at this time of year start to kind of just feel a little bit down, a little bit frustrated and a little bit annoyed. So it just always comes like where it's the quarter of a year, the first quarter, the second quarter, or just like halfway through the year, it really does just remind me of what I have done and what I have achieved. Because as women, it's not just me. I know when we succeed at something, like you maybe get a new job, you maybe get a promotion, you've maybe got fitter, you've got healthier, you've got stronger, you've maybe ticked off a huge job at work, and you celebrate it for 5 minutes. You just go, oh yay, that's great. And when we've done something wrong or bad or shit, we lose sleep over it for weeks, and we think about it constantly, and we beat ourselves up about it constantly, and it really shows our energy goes so much more into what we aren't doing than what we are really doing and achieving, and giving ourselves more of a pat on the back and celebrating ourselves more. Because who is going to get their goals and achieve more, and who's going to have more fun than the people who are celebrating themselves compared to the people that are degrading themselves and bringing themselves down? So this is a great opportunity. If you are like me and you can tend to get lower and lower and lower in terms of mood and be like, oh, I'm not doing enough, I'm not doing enough, you just need this little review to pick yourself back up again and then push you on to the next quarter. It always just gives you that little bit of a high to just really kind of noticing what you are doing and achieving, and really sitting down and pausing that and giving yourself a pat on the back about it. And being proud of yourself for your achievements, and not just celebrating it for one night, but being like, yes, I bloody did all of that already. So this is great for me, and I know a lot of people really struggle to set goals or struggle to look at what they have done and achieved. I think we can become very forgetful, and time just goes so fast. It's almost like, especially for some mums, it's just like you feel like you've just opened your eyes and you're in July, like how's that happened? So what I like to do is go through my phone. So I go through January and I just scroll all the way through, which is what I did before I came on here, and just looked at all the lovely things that we've done. We've had loads of time with family and friends, we've been on holidays, we've been to weddings, we've seen my friends' kids grow up, like it's amazing. We've also rebranded and we found Lead Her. We started this podcast, we've had members get married, we've had members complete half marathons, powerlifting competitions, doing photo shoots. Like there's so many really cool things that have happened already this year. We've even met up with our members 6 times, so we try and meet up like once a month. We've done that. Like we've been ticking off lots of things, but week to week you do all the little jobs every week that you don't really notice that they add up to the big jobs. So it's really cool for you to sit down and be like, I did this and I did this and I did this, and like really realising if you were in January and you were to see where you are now, would you be really proud of that? Would you be really happy with that? Would you take that in a heartbeat? Like if you told me in January we were going to have this podcast and we were going to have a rebrand and we'd be helping women the way we do, I'd be like, yes, like amazing, like I am so happy I do that in the 6 months. But if you are to sit and look back at January to now and nothing's changed and you're still feeling stuck and frustrated, you need help, and you need guidance, and you need a mentor or you need a coach or something to change the rest of this year, because you can keep going down this same spiral. And I always say this, like I feel like this time of the year is a turning moment where you decide to change. You either keep going down, it's like a crossroad, you either keep going down the route you are just now and do the same shit, and you keep saying to yourself you're going to do it and you don't do it, you know what to do and you're not doing it, you're feeling less confident, you're not fitting your clothes, you're feeling really low in mood, you're feeling really frustrated with yourself, you're just feeling stuck, and you can keep going down that path. And where is that going to lead? Is that going to make you happy by the end of this year? Or you can take the other path where you start making little changes. And I know you're busy, but you're still going to be busy either way, but you can still make little changes right now to work to the goals that you want to do and you want to achieve. And this is the perfect little point just now where you are like, right, I want something to change. Because I know this is what I did when I was back at the very beginning, before I ever started weight training. I would just go to fitness classes, but before even that, I just remember being in my room and just being like, something needs to change here. And I know I've spoke about this on the podcast before, but I always remember that as the turning moment for me. It was that summer, everything changed. And I'm so happy I did that, and I want to take more women through that process this year, this July. So if you're listening right now and you know you're just not getting there yourself, I'm here to help, and I want to help because I know we can absolutely turn this year around and help you absolutely win. So if that sounds exciting to you, give me a little message. My details are in the podcast description. And what will you do from there? We'll just catch up, we'll see what you're struggling with, and we'll see if Lead Hard is something that can really help you with that. And then we'll get plans in place, we'll get goals in place, and then we just start taking it from there. We'll keep you accountable every single week to get you to where you want to be. And that comes in nicely to what I want to share with you today. So when I first started coaching, we'd always get our members to check in every week, like I said, just so we can see how their workout's going, how their food is, how their mood is, how their sleep is, looking at their full lifestyle rather than it just being like workouts and food. There's so much to it being a woman. I know you've got your cycle, I know you've got kids, you've got work, you've got social life. So this gives me a real review of people's weeks so that we can see like, right, okay, cool, are we winning, are we moving forward, are we getting the results that we want? And I kind of noticed, like I mentioned earlier, we're focused on the things we aren't doing and we aren't achieving. And I was like, how can I, and for me being a coach, when you're just reading people saying things that they're not doing and they're not happy or they're not moving forward, I'm like, right, this isn't enjoyable. I need to change these feedback forms a bit more, because I know these ladies, when I do speak to them on a phone, they're telling me completely different stuff and they're telling me all their wins. So I had this little diary, and this diary, every week when you fill it out, it had 3 questions of like your 3 things you're grateful for, or your 3 achievements of the week. And I was like, or your day, sorry. And I was like, I'm going to put that into our feedback form. So that was back in like 2016, and it's something that has been so powerful within my coaching program. And people don't realise it, and it's such an easy thing to do, but easy things to do are easy not to do as well. But see, if you do this, you will see your confidence really kind of grow. Like, think about it, if you are looking to get a new car and you're looking to maybe get a white Mini, and once you're looking at the shop for a white Mini and you go out that day in your car, all you start seeing is white Minis. Yeah, you've really narrowed your mind to focus on this one thing now, and you see them all the time and you see them everywhere, and you're like, I've never seen so many white Minis in my life. This is the same, where we're getting you to focus on your wins, is that's all you're going to start noticing every single week, is what you're doing and what you're achieving. And we need to celebrate that more, because like I said earlier, we're just celebrating the wins for like 1 day, 1 hour, but all the negative, we focus on that all the time. And it makes the journey boring, it makes the journey hard. You don't get further forward by always being negative and never giving yourself any credit. If you're giving yourself wins and credit every single week, your confidence is going to grow massively. So this is something I feel you need to do, like cut off this podcast, review your first 6 months of the year, and start giving yourself that little goal when you're planning your week at work, or you're planning your food for the week. Just sit down and be like, right, what's 3 wins of this week? And I say to our members all the time, it does not need to be Lead Heart related, it doesn't need to be health and fitness related. And we see our members writing stuff down like they've got a load of compliments, they have stood up for themselves at work, they have seen more definition in the arm, they're wearing an outfit that they haven't worn in like 10 years, they went to reunions and felt the most confident they've ever felt in their life. Like, there's so many amazing wins that come out. And see, even if they've had a really bad week and everything's gone to shit, we send in their feedback form and we still find wins. We still find something to celebrate within that week, even if it's as little as eat well this week. Even if it's as small as that, that is still something to celebrate and to give yourself credit for, that even in a tough week, you've still done something for yourself. Even in a tough week, there's still been something that's went right for you. So this is something that is so powerful, ladies. Honestly, it's so easy for us. Lola's just coming in the room in case you hear her poddling around. But it's so easy for you not to do this, and this is just a simple thing. Like I said, it just hones your vision into what you are doing right, what you are achieving, and really see your confidence grow from there. So please start adding this into your weekly habits, to sit down, write down your 3 wins, give yourself some bloody credit, and give yourself that opportunity to keep focusing on what you're doing right, because I know you're only going to start to be like, well, how can I get more wins like this? How can I keep my week finishing on this positive note? Okay, I hope that's helped in some way today for you to really sit down and notice how amazing you are, how much you have done and achieved already this year, but also that option if you know you're not liking the direction of your life right now and you know you can do so much better. I am here to help, and I want this to be the month that we turn things around so that we can really finish this year on an absolute high. Okay, any questions? Any wins you want to share with me, or even if this podcast has helped you any way since February, I would love to hear from you. I'd love to know if we have helped or sparked an idea in you, or just encouraged you to try and do something a little bit different and getting out that comfort zone and really noticing that you can do and achieve things when you put your mind to it. Okay, have an amazing week, and I'll speak to you all very soon.